We back, y'all. We are back with another one. We got Sean Diddy Combs files for an appeal in a new file that's updated in the docket. Salute to everybody that's a part of On Go. Salute to everybody that's a part of all of the platforms that I have. Nothing but love to everybody. Remember, make sure everybody subscribe to On Go, OOTAONGO on all platforms. Make sure you're all subscribed. All right, cool. We ain't even gonna waste no time. We're gonna try to get into this read, and I got some updates. So let's see what updates I do have, and we're gonna see what we got. All right, cool. So let's get right into the update. Okay, where we at with the paperwork? Cool. All right. So you see the paperwork. We got the docket number. We got everything. All right. Notice is hereby given that Sean Combs appeals to the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit from the judgment. Then it goes into the specifics. This was entered in action on October 15, 2025, amended on October 16, 2025. The appeal concerns, it got options: conviction only, sentence only, conviction and sentence. Okay. So they talking about both his conviction and his sentence. I don't know if that's a good play. I just don't know if that's a good play right there. Maybe go for the sentence, the conviction and the sentence. You know what I mean? Come on. You was there still, Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You was engaging in certain things, regardless if we feel whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the conviction, I get it. You have to do that because it's what your lawyer's gonna do. Because they trying to spring you. So I get it. But I think you got more grounds on the sentencing than on the conviction. All right. The defendant found guilty by plea of the trial. You see, there's no plea. It was a trial. Offense occurred after November 1st, 1987. Yes, they show you that. The date of the offense was October 3rd, 2025 is when he got date when he got sentenced, not offense. That's when he got sentenced. Okay. Okay, bail, jail. Okay, he's committed in the jail. Appellant is represented by counsel. Yes. The defendant counsel is Shapiro. They're going to Shapiro's address and all that stuff. Assistant U.S. Attorney Johnson. Johnson is the one that started the whole case. She's the one who did the opening arguments or the opening statement or whatever you call it. She's the first person that came out to speak. All right, United States District Court, Manhattan, purpose, case. Okay, let's see. Notice of appeal, docket fee. They went to a fee. Okay, just to file this fee is $600. Just to know that. They went into it. It's a credit card that was tendered. Damn, they have all of those things on the fee. Okay, and it's also a $53 fee that is charged for a return check. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So what else do we have here, though? Let's see what this means, though, because we understand right now when it comes to Agnifilo and Diddy's team itself, you know what I mean? We understand that they are saying that the judge became a 13th juror, and they are saying that constitutional laws was broken. Okay. I think based on Diddy's first offense, okay, that he can get the first chance act type stuff, you know what I mean? That may be some months off of his sentence already. Besides anything else, that may knock off a couple of months off his sentence. I'm not even talking about an appeal. Okay. We understand that the judge sentenced Diddy in a way that even when you go for these appeals and stuff, these people are going to look at you in a way. Trust me, we have to be honest with each other. All right. Because the probation office, they recommended 5 years as the floor for a sentence. And as their ceiling, they said 7 years. So they said 5 to 7 was their recommendation. That's what probation says. We understand that probation means a lot. Victim statements, everything the prosecution's saying, because the prosecution's not losers in this case, regardless if Diddy thinks he's innocent or not. The prosecution are winners, even if they lost the bigger charges, which I felt were trumped up charges. I think that they were going for bigger charges, right? If they really wanted justice for potential victims, they could have maybe a lot of statutes of limitations past things, but in a 10-year span, we can think about that leads Cassie, that also leads into Jane, that also leads into that. When it comes into the abuses, Diddy would have had to plead guilty to his abuses that he did, that They said in open court on the first day of trial that they would have pled guilty to. They would have had no choice. This is a domestic case. They're about to show you the evidence. You're about to see the videos and all these types of stuff. But even though that happened in LA, this would have been a New York case. So anything that happened in New York hotels or anything here would have been the situation that was going on. And that's what Diddy would have been tried for if they tried him here in New York City, because you would want to try him in the Southern District of New York. You would want to try him in New York City. Okay. So you have to understand those things, regardless of whose side you're on. It's not about being pro anyone. Okay. It's not about being nothing. Okay. Diddy got his sentence. Okay. What are we supposed to do now? All right. The appeal is out there now. Okay. Will Diddy win his appeal? Will he win his appeal? Do you think that Diddy got sentenced to too much time? Based on other cases that had the same similar charges like Diddy, a lot of people got probation. A lot of people got like a year in jail. This is why his defense team was pushing for like 14 months, because based on a lot of cases, all right, we seen Dreskel, who's another lawyer on Diddy's team. He said, I read about 900 cases, all Mann Act cases, you know what I'm saying? And went into breaking down how a lot of these Mann Act cases were tried and how each person was sentenced. You know what I mean? So he gave me a lot of context, a lot of everybody, the prosecution and the defense. They both gave me both sides of how they was pushing and what they were pushing for. Okay. Diddy's next best thing is getting housed in a great location. Fort Dix would be a great location for him. You know, he could just get in there, just do his thing. You know what I mean? Do his thing in the sense of just get your head down, just do your sentence, just do your thing. Like that. Not about doing no thing and being the Diddy, it's Diddy. Not about being that. You know what I'm saying? I think the defense team took a long time to get to what Diddy's out of jail rehabilitation, integration back into society, back into the community looks like. I think they were really rabbit footed, not I mean turtle footed or tortoise footed with the situation. I think they were. It was more about the black and whites, what the judge was doing, what this was doing with the prosecution, the paperwork, the black and white. And this is why a lot of people felt like Diddy wasn't taking like the accountability for everything that happened. When Diddy got a chance to speak, though, he did, though. You know what I mean? He apologized to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I think those are things that he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I said that I thought that he needed to do, he did. You know what I'm saying? I think that he did it. I didn't think that Diddy's tears was fake. I think that they were real. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that when he said he changed in a lot of ways, I didn't think that was fake. I think that he did change in a lot of ways, probably. You know what I mean? Based on not just based on his children's testimony and people there, because everybody's on his side, so they're going to testify to his side. So I get that. But I just understand that, you know what I mean? Just being in a place like that, you know what I mean? You don't even have to be at a level of a Diddy. Just being in a place like that has a power to change, has a power to make you look at life, has a power to make you rethink a lot of your steps, you know what I'm saying? And take ownership of a lot of it. Whether you tell people outwardly or not, it makes you inside. You know what I mean? Whether you keep on that same trajectory and stay that same way or stay that same course after, that's something else. But I know just being in there, having, you know what I mean, having to deal with yourself, whatever your vices are, whatever your, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your issues are, you just have to deal with yourself when you're in there and you have nowhere to run. Being free and being outside, sometimes you have places to run. You can do this, you can do that. You could be a PDF right now and you run all around the world, but now you inside and everybody knows your paperwork and you inside there. Where you're gonna run? You see what I'm saying? So being in there, you don't have a lot of places to run. You don't have nowhere to go, but inward and really learn more about yourself. So, you know, I want to look forward to what that plan for Diddy looks like.